That's right, your furry, cuddly companions might be poisoning your mind. And I'm not talking about Fox News or gay frogs in a swamp. I'm talking about how your cats are making you a psychotic schizophrenic. Okay, let's relax a little bit, put down the stakes. Let me explain. I love cats. Matter of fact, I think I love them more than a lot of people I know. And I would for sure flip the switch on a trolley problem if it meant I could save them. Now, that doesn't mean that our relationship is perfect. I do all the work and pay the bills, and I never ever seen them pitch in for rent or bring me a trophy from their hunts. Well, actually one of them brought me a whole iguana when I was living in a swamp. But that's beside the point. Now, besides the sleepless nights because of their 3 AM sumis and my artisanal designs on my skin shaped by their claws, I was okay with coexisting with them, since they do keep me company and help me hunt some of the pests I don't like to deal with. However, it was brought to my attention by my endless doom scrolling that cats may in fact be making you schizophrenic. Not to think about it too much, since like 80% of the internet is misinformation or just rage bait. I just kept scrolling, spammed all my acquaintances with like 100 memes, and kept going about my day. Until about a week ago. I got curious. I was just asking myself, if it were to be true, how could these little hairy creatures make anyone schizophrenic? I started to speedball ideas about how this may happen. It could be because of their constant and irregular sounds around the house, making you doubt yourself or second guess if you really heard something, or if it was all in your head. Or if it's due to their hunting tendencies, how they may prowl around, especially in the dark at night looking menacingly for a distance. It was just a thought that stayed in the back of my mind, until I decided to look it up. And to my surprise, I found a few studies that confirmed this wild theory. That's right, fellas and girls, cats cause schizophrenia. Sorta. One of the studies I found demonstrated that there exists an association between broadly defined cat ownership and increased odds of developing schizophrenia-related disorders. They found that people who own cats were on average 2.5 times more likely to develop the illness. And this is not just a study where they made their test and called it a day. This was actually a summary of multiple studies that were testing for the same thing. To put simply, it's like a guy that copied the homework from everyone in the class and ended up getting the better grade. Now, as a viewer you might be asking, of course someone making a video like this must be crazy. It's just a bias. And to that I say, maybe. But then, you may ask, how is this happening? How would owning a cat make someone develop schizophrenia? Well, remember that bit about how cats like to hunt, and how one of my cats brought me an iguana to my house?
Over to your house.
My house?
Yes, your house. We're gonna drive it over there and park it overnight, and then tomorrow...
Man, not my house!
Well, if you're not aware, they also like to hunt other little creatures. One of them being the famous pizza lover father of the year, unlike mine, Mr. Splinter. Yeah, rats. Who would have thought? Not like they caused a plague that killed like 30 to 60% of Europe's population or anything like that. But cats, just like rats in this case, are serving as the vehicle for which the true culprit gets into your body. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Toxoplasma gondii. No, not that gondii. A parasite that loves to inhabit the brain and has potential to develop over the long term, especially on early life exposure. Schizophrenia, if you're clicked on this video, I'm hoping that you know what it is, but it's essentially a disease of the central nervous system that is characterized for causing hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking, and behavior. It reminds me of someone. Anyways, this parasite, if attained at an early age, could in fact be causing or contributing factor to the development of this disease. And post-mortem studies of this infection have shown that this organism affects the level of dopamine, norepinephrine, and other neurotransmitters, which are known to be affected in a person with schizophrenia. Another thing that can point out how this parasite affects the brain is actually explained in how it gets to you. We already know that it comes from some critters, like rats as well as other animals like pork, lamb, or venison. Guys, please, I cannot stress this enough. Please cook your food thoroughly. I am not trying to eat no pig sushi. I will politely decline. I like my steaks like flip-flops. Anyways, back to the rat. The curious thing about the parasite is how it affects the rat. It makes it not be alarmed or alert to the smell of cat urine, and it changes their behavior to a less cautious and adventurous one. This in turn makes them easy prey for cats, who are part of the feline family who just so happen to be the only organism in which this parasite can reproduce. An infected cat can pass their infection through their feces, and anyone that has cleaned a litter box knows how easy it is to sniff all of that good stuff while cleaning them. And as discussed before, especially at an early age, this parasite can develop and cause or promote the development of schizophrenia. Crazy, right? Just another thing to be paranoid about. Unless you're already paranoid, which would mean, well, just don't think about it too much. Not to end on a bad note, this is just something to be aware of. Clean your hands, burn your food, and take care of your cute little furry friends. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for sticking with me on this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, or I'll let the little worm in your head do it for you. Bye bye.